Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Swish stream with Steven. I am Steven. My team is Swish Gaming. If you enjoy the content that you see today, please give us a follow on YouTube at The Swish Gaming YT, Twitter, The Swish Gaming, Facebook, The Swish Gaming, and Twitch, The Swish Gaming. Today, we are going to hop into another modern prelim, and we're going to play Shadow again. My events didn't go amazing this weekend, but I did record both of the events, and I'll be editing those videos and putting them up in the near future here, having some other people help me edit those. But before we get into the gameplay, real quick, want to remind everybody we've got a Team Trios event, our first ever Swish Gaming sponsored event. So that's really cool. It's going to be a Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy event hosted at Galactic Toys and Games in Kentwood, Michigan. $50 entry per team, so about $17 a head. January 28th, doors open at 11, and the event will start at about noon. And there is the address right there, 3120 28th Street Southeast, Kentwood, Michigan, 49512. But like I said, we're going to play more Shadow. I went back to a second Shattering spree. I played against Tron twice in 6 rounds, which was pretty tilting this weekend. I'm not going to lie. Round 1, getting paired into a 2% deck that is a pretty hard matchup for Shadow. That's not what I'm trying to play against. That was not ideal. But our first round is up. We won the die roll. I didn't do a lot of that this weekend either. It's a one-lander, which is awkward, but I do think this is a fine one-lander. I'm going to risk it, I think, and keep. I kept a few one-landers this weekend and was thoroughly punished, but I think this hand is just too good to ship. Turn 1 Monkey, I have Thoughtseize, I have removal for Monkey, I have double iteration. Like, we just got to hope our deck can do us something here and give us another land. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Very awkward. Obviously, I wish this were a 2-lander. I've been opening a lot of 1 and 5 landers lately, which has just been really rough. You really want 2 or 3. It's possible that I'm being too greedy and I should mulligan this. I don't know, but I think I'm supposed to keep it. But I do think it's really, really close. Okay. Hammer. Okay. Okay. That's a pretty good start. I mean, there we go. I didn't do a lot of that this weekend, top decking a land in this spot. Typically, it would have been, this weekend, I would have been stuck on this for 7 turns. That's kind of how the weekend went. Like I said, those videos will be up soon. I think we're going to hit him now. And then I'm going to Fetch Shock Thoughtseize. We're probably just going to get Shadow right on into play and leave up Lightning Bolt so he can't do anything annoying. But we're about to Thoughtseize him, so always yield to this. Okay. I will not be playing that, believe it or not. Oh, what do we want to go get here? Probably blue-red. I think this is blue-red. It makes the most sense to me. I guess I could get... I guess if I get a black source here, then I can go Thoughtseize you, leave up Lightning Bolt, and play Shadow, leave up Bolt with the treasure. So that's probably the best play, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Typically, I like Steam Vents, but not in this spot. Let's go ahead and seize your mind. What is going on over there, sir? I would like to know. Core Outfitter, Colossus Hammer, Blacksmith Skill, Ink Moth, Nexus. Okay. What do I want to take here? I don't know that I care about the hammer, to be completely honest. I care a little bit about it, though. So maybe I just get rid of it. If I take the hammer, his hand isn't really doing anything, to be honest. The blacksmith skill's kind of annoying, but I think it's pretty beatable, especially because I know about it. He's kind of in a spot where if I take the hammer, he either plays Inkmoth or just runs this out as a 2-2, tries to block. I have Bolt. I think I'm just going to take the hammer. I think the hammer is the most dangerous card, so let's just get rid of that. My opponent's in a lot of trouble. We are putting the clock on him very quickly here. He kind of kept a... I mean, I get his keep. He kept Sigarda's 8 hammer. Like, I think he's supposed to keep it, but this hand just did not line up super well for him. This is typically a better matchup for Shadow, which is good. Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Expressive Iteration first. That's step 1. I would like a fetch land here. Okay. No dice. Very awkward. I'm going to put the heat in my hand. And I guess I exiled the Death Shadow. Okay, and I think I can play this pretty freely here. Trying to think about any punishes, but I don't think there is one. He can go, like, land, fire up, attack you, and if he goes for hammer, I just kill it, so... Shadow number 2. Funny enough, I can bolt myself to give these +6. So Bolt is kind of a deal 6 to my opponent in this situation, which is kind of nuts. Okay, did he already have that in his hand? He did not. Okay, so I still know his entire hand. Or almost his entire hand. He has one unknown. Okay. That'll be getting some unholy heat. There we go. That's a nice draw. Do I even want to cast the Iteration? It's really not that necessary, but I would not hate getting a fetch land. Let's see. If I go Shock myself, Bolt myself, that's 12 damage here. So he's actually dead if he doesn't have a hammer. Even if he has a hammer, I have Spell Pierce. I think I win right here. If I go Shock, Heat this, and he did have a hammer, I pierce the hammer. This dies. Then I go Bolt myself. This is 14 damage. So I believe our opponent is dead here. We're going to go for the Unholy Heat first. Okay, I'm going to bolt myself. And I'm going to kill you. Yay, Death Shadow. All right. It's a good start. It's a good start. Shattering Spree, EE. Rest down. That's all we want. I don't like Breach. I don't like Kroxa. So the question really becomes, like, I know some people leave in Spell Pierce in this matchup, especially Murktide players, and I think it's like a serviceable card, but I don't think it beats the things that matter. I think really how I lose post-board games is the protection creature, and not typically to their spells, or Urza's Saga. I think those are the two ways that Hammer realistically will beat Shadow post-board. Or a crap ton of Esper Sentinels. I have lost to the triple Esper Sentinel draw. The last match we played against Hammer, I think they had 3 Esper Sentinels, or 2 plus Esper Sentinels in 3 games on, like, 7s, which is kind of insane, but it's not going to happen all that often. But when it does, it's a problem, especially if I keep a hand like I just kept, which is a land-light hand. If you have a land-heavy hand, it doesn't necessarily hurt you as bad, but very problematic. Potentially. I'm going to cut the Spell Pierce. It's typically been my plan. I could trim on Terminates. I could trim on, like, 1 EI. I am on the draw, so I think I'm going to go down 1 EI and 1 Terminate. The argument to keep 4 EI in is it finds these 4 cards, which I think are, again, very important to beat the pro-red-black guy. So there's, you know, there's some argument to just leave them all in. In fact, I don't know. I don't really like trimming on removal in a really important removal matchup. So I'm going to leave the Terminate in, but I think it's close. Let's hope we have another good hand and our opponent has another medium hand. That was kind of how that went there. Opponent's hand was fine, but it wasn't, you know, good. Yeah, I'm keeping this. We have multiple threats. We have Thoughtseize. We have EE. This is about as good as it gets, honestly. I'm already running much better today than I did this weekend, so I'm pretty pleased with that. One of my games I mulled to 4 this weekend with Shadow, which is kind of rough. Okay, so I'm going to turn 1 Monkey. You know, even if he, like, hammers me, I could still go hit you, EE on 1, pop it, blow it up, kill your entire board. And he would have to have exactly aid, land, hammer, which I'm okay with. So, and him hitting me for 11 makes this massive, which is kind of nice. I will say one issue with not Thoughtseizing, though, is he could play the pro-red-black guy. That would be a little annoying, to say the least, but I really don't want to give my opponent cards at all. We could Thoughtseize them. I don't know. There's some argument to just Thoughtseize, actually, the more I'm thinking about this. But we do have an answer to the pro-red-black guy, so... The problem is, if he has land, pro-red-black guy, then goes Sigarda's Aid Hammer onto the pro-red-black guy, I'm just going to die before I even get to EE on time. So there is some amount of argument to Thoughtseize him here on turn 1 for that reason and just let him have a card. He is on a mulligan and was on the play, so we have resources in that regard. So maybe I just accept that he can have an extra card in this game. Thinking about this more, I think I am supposed to Thoughtseize. I think the worst case scenario is just so bad for me that I probably just need to go ahead and Thoughtseize and see what's going on over there. Alright, I'm happy I talked myself through this. What land do we want? Probably another Blood Crypt. Definitely want red mana because we have 2 Shattering Sprees in our deck. We'll go ahead and let you have a card. I don't like letting my opponent draw cards very much, but I think, like I said, worst case scenario here is so bad for me that I just need to see what's going on. And he did have Sanctifier in Vec. So I'm going to take the Sanctifier in Vec. It's a pretty easy take. Kind of sucks that he has Stoneforge, but we're not letting this happen. Okay, so... F6. Well, the good news is we'll be able to deploy threats, like next turn. We'll be able to get both these in play. Yep. Play Stoneforge. Yep. Yep. Fetch Shock makes this a 2-2. It's pretty good on this board. Nettle Cyst is annoying. That might just be better than Monkey here, to be honest. Monkey's not getting through, although Monkey will be like a forced trade and does build my Delirium count up, which does actually matter. I do want Delirium. Kind of. But I could also just go Shadow Darcy. Kind of... So, the Monkey's going to force a trade. That's what I like about it. It will force one of these cards off the board. think I'm just going to get another Steam Vents with this as well. Just all red mana. Seems good to me. That way if I draw Shattering Spree, we can just blow up the world. Alright, Death Shadow. This play is very close, but I think I'm going to just monkey it up. Go. He's kind of in an interesting position here because... Pithing Needle? Oh, gosh, dude. Well, he'll be naming Engineered Explosives. That's infuriating. What a good top deck. I mean, I know he could have got it off the Saga, but, like... It's pretty frustrating. It's mostly tilting, too, because it gives him the third... Are you kidding me, dude? I draw the second EE after he top decks his one of Needle, probably. Alright, that's really annoying. The annoying thing is now the token is a 3-3, which is really problematic for me. He's going to go get a Shadow Spear. Okay. Shock this in. Cast this. I'm going to just play an EE on 0 here and pay the 1. Not let him draw a card. I guess maybe I should have played it on 1. Fatal Push here is good enough. I'm definitely keeping it. Removal seems good. And I have no attacks, because he'll have 3 artifacts when he cheats in the Nettle Cyst, so I can't... Yeah. Okay. It's really rough. I had a good attack with Monkey this turn if he did not have a 1-mana artifact. The fact that it was Needle was particularly disgusting because, obviously, he named EE and then we drew the second copy, so that was about as bad as it could have possibly been for me on so many levels. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, thank God we have that Fatal Push on top, I guess. Honestly, I feel like he should move the Cyst over to the Sentinel. If nothing else, just to start drawing a bunch of cards. That's going to be an issue for me. We'll see if he sees that. But I, like, have to kill the Stoneforge now. There's no chance that I can not do that. Huh. I definitely take it to grow my shadow. I think in some ways this is good for me. I'll take 4, thanks. He'll move the Cyst over to the Esper Sentinel, really? What does that mean? Does that mean Blacksmith skill? Oh, he can put it in off the other Stoneforge. I'm so dead. I didn't even realize that until just now. Why would you not just put it in right there? Is his last card Blacksmith skill? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm dead either way, but... The Cauldra is just gonna put me away. Alright, well... all about that top deck Pithing Needle. This game was absolutely insane. On a turn where he really, really wanted it too. Alright, I'm on the play. I'm going to bring one more of these in, one less of these. That was rough. I think I played that game well. And I'm pretty sure the Pithing Needle's a one-of, so that was just, I mean, I cannot imagine a worse... Sanctifier and Vec would have been annoying, but it wouldn't have been like that. That's for sure. That needle was unreal. Alright, well, we're going to keep this. I want red sources, so this is going to go get Blood Crypt here. Blood Crypt, Ragavan on turn 1. Thoughtseize on turn 2. Considered playing Scam today, actually, but I thought Scam just wasn't quite good enough against Hammer. Hammer's pretty popular in these prelims, and I also just, I don't really know what I'm doing if I pick up Scam, to be honest, so that's not a good spot to be in. I mean, I'm going to offer the trade here. This is a pretty fine exchange for me, and then I get to go Darcy Thoughtseize you if he blocks, and if he doesn't block, I still get to go Darcy Thoughtseize you, so I don't really care either way. Yep, definitely a winning exchange for me. Darcy Thoughtseize you. Always yield. I mean, that's a pretty darn good card. I don't think I'm binning that. Although it's... Yeah, I mean, I'm just not binning this. I don't think I'm supposed to. Alright. So we've got... Double Pure Steel Paladin. I mean, I'm going to take the Sanctifier. So he doesn't have a hammer yet. That's the good news. This is going to be a Drown in the Lock is countering something kind of game, I think. Rip this. Go ahead. It's a pretty good draw. It's fine, though. Certainly beatable. Yeah. So his hand is these 3 cards. So we obviously... This is very interesting. Am I supposed to iteration this turn is the real question. The answer might be no. It might just be kill this with Drown in the Lock, get Delirium, play Death Shadow, and then next turn iteration. I think that makes a lot more sense. It seems like a much better play pattern, and I really like that I get the clock going. Also gets this going too. Like, I just want him under pressure immediately. Give him as little time as possible, especially because, I mean, his hand is... It's a very powerful hand, but it's not doing anything yet, so we just need to put him away before he can find a way out. So I'm going to shock this in. I'm going to drown this. Blue. Black. Goodbye. Let's see what we got on top. I think I'm looking for removal at this point. I don't think this is good enough. I'm going to bin this. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything right now. Bin that. Kill that. Play this. 3U. Go ahead. It's nice that our opponent, at the moment, has to take damage to play their cards, too. Like, that will add up. Yeah, that's Pure Steel. Drown in the Lock. I think I just... well, I mean, if Iteration hits a land, I think I've won the game. Specifically a fetch land. and I get a Darcy trigger. So we get to look at the top 4. If we hit a fetch, I think the game's over. Because I just go fetch shock, kill your guy, hit you for 8, and then he's just on the back foot for the rest of the game, which seems really bad for him. Yeah. Blue... Trying to think if it matters how I tap. I guess I want basic swamp to be able to cast this if I hit basic swamp. So it's probably tapping these two, because red is the next most prominent like spell color in my deck. Okay, blue, red. I do not want that. I'm binning this. There we go. All right. Perfect. This was all completely perfect. I think it has taken another drown, so I have counterspell as well. So you put this in hand. One of them on the bottom. This one. Exile this one. Play this. Fetch shock. Watery Grave. I guess Blood Crypt is better because of Shattering Spree. So we'll get Blood Crypt instead. Kill this. Black, blue. Thoughtseize is like fine. Kind of unnecessary though. I don't know. You know what? It's like it's good enough. I'm gonna put this on top actually. The reason I believe it's good enough there is it can, like, if he draws an untapped white source, I want to be able to Thoughtseize and then drown. Kill his paladin. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right, good start to the day. Good start to the day. All right, chat. I'll be right back. I am going to make myself some breakfast, and then I'll be back. Okay. We are back. Let's see, 7 matches in progress still. Why don't we go do a Vintage Cube draft while we're waiting? I don't think I have one of those currently completed. I hope I don't. Join draft queue. Perfect. Let's do a draft while we're waiting. Gosh dang it, I forgot to grab myself water. I'll do that in a second. Got a little bit of a late start this morning. Not to the stream, but just couldn't decide what I wanted to play in this. Like I said, I was debating Scam, and then Scam won the event this weekend. It won the Mox, and it also won the, or I guess, the Mox, whatever the event this weekend was called. The big time event on Saturday was a Mox qualifier, maybe. Either way, Scam had a great weekend. It put 2 copies into top 8. It won the event. But I'm not that proficient with Scam. I just haven't played that deck, and it's a very unique deck in its play patterns and how it plays. It's kind of a very strange deck. And there's no way I would play it as well as Shadow, so I think it would be worse content for people. Well, we're going to take the Mox. Blue Mox, too. Kind of nice. But I don't think Scam's Hammer matchup is that good, and Hammer is so popular in these prelims. It feels like, at least. It's kind of hard for me to pass this. Yeah, I'm not passing to Fairy. Alright, I think I'm just going to play blue-white. I really like blue-white in this format, too. Quite a bit. We're going to take a dual land here, I think. Spellqueller would be kind of a cool wheel. I haven't played that card yet in any deck. I haven't played against it, I don't think, either. Karn, Ancestral Vision, Scarab God, Scrubland could be interesting. Like Karn better or Ancestral Vision better? It depends when I draw them. I like Ancestral Vision better if I'm playing it on turn 1, that is for sure. But I think Karn is a pretty darn good card. I'm going to try Karn. I haven't really played with this guy much. Kind of cool when you have a Mox Sapphire in your deck, too. Raven Inspector versus O-Ring. Kind of close. Would the Raven Inspector be a last 2-card pick here? Probably not. I feel like Showdown in this I guess it just depends what people are in, but Raven Inspector is a good card. So is O-Ring, obviously. I like that Raven Inspector is like a redraw that also lets me leave up counter magic. This pick is really close. I like O-Ring a lot, though. It's just clean answer to, like, anything. I'm going to take O-Ring. Alright, we got a Muldrifter. I'm happy about that. Basically just Divination in this deck. Ravages, chart a course. We'll take a chart. I think I've actually really come to like Unlicensed Hearse in this cube, just because a lot of people are playing Reanimator. It's just such a good sideboard card for them. So we'll go ahead and put that in the board. Another card that's kind of cool with our Karn Scion of Urza too, just making those Karn Structs more relevant is nice. Okay, another dual land is pretty cool. Thieving Skydiver is a really messed up card too. Huh. I'm gonna take the duel, but it's close. I don't know that I'll play the Canyon, but it's gonna be my pick. Gilded Drake is another very interesting sideboard card for, like, Reanimator. Might be more useful than Gideon Jura, honestly. I don't love Gideon Jura. I'm gonna actually just take a good, clean sideboard card here. Alright, well. Could also take the Scrubland. Scarab God's pretty sweet, though. Hard for me to pass that one. Dang it. Didn't wield the Thraben, but that's okay. I don't think we would have wielded O-Ring either. Whoever took the Thraben would have also taken the O-Ring, I imagine. So, whatever. Phantasmal Image is really good. Cruise is fine. Signet is fine. I don't usually love these kind of effects in Control, but like, I actively hate them, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna take Phantasmal Image and try to wheel, like, Destroy Evil or Cruise. Resto Angel's really good. That's a good one. This fetch can get a Triumph, which is interesting. But I'm going to take Resto. It's just such a good Magic card. Alright, we're going to take a fetch out of this pack. The question is which one. I think it's just Flooded Strand. Right now, we look more like an odd mid-range deck than a control deck, but we'll see if that changes. There we go. Mana Leak's nice. Uro is honestly really tempting too, but I just don't have the mana to support that right now. I also really want this Wrath of God. This pack is kind of disgusting. I want 3 of these cards, like, very badly. I'm going to take Mana Leak. Counter spells are really powerful and good, but hopefully that Wrath of God wheels. Oh my goodness. Another just insanely difficult pack. Force, Cryptic, and Swords are all very good. I think my mana is going to be pretty good. So Cryptic is really tempting, but I guess the smart pick is probably take the Swords to Plowshares and then hope to wheel Cryptic Command, because not many decks can play this card. It's kind of the hope. I should be able to get one of these 4 back, I would imagine. That is the hope, at least. They just take Tundra here. Probe's good, but let's just keep having really good mana. Elspeth Sun's Champion is fine. There's no world I can make Omnath work, is there? Omnath is kind of interesting, actually. I don't have a green source yet, but I can find one. Elspeth is probably the pick, but... Ooh, Remand. That's nice. Alright, well, I'm liking where this deck is going. I think I'm going to take Destroy Evil over Cruise. It's close, though. But I like having more, like, potential one-for-one removal. Thirst for Discovery is awesome. Alright, I'm liking where this is going. There would have been our green source, but that's fine. Like where this is going. And it's possible I won't even splash for the Scarab God. We'll just see if that's necessary. Only have, like, 2 black sources right now, so we'll just put him over in the sideboard. We'll see what happens. Ketria Triumph is a green source if we wield the Omnath, which I think is fairly possible, so I'm going to take this. Oh my gosh, we got the Uro back too? Alright, I think we are actually going to potentially play Bant. Baleful Strix is really good as well, but if we get that Omnath, I might actually play Uro Omnath. Well, I'm going to take Cryptic. I hoped we'd wheel that. Okay, Bitter Blossom. Okay, we did not get Omnath back, but I still think Uro is so good that I might just splash for Uro. Oh, this is a hard pick. It's very Time Raveler versus Confluence. I mean, Confluence is just so broken. I think I'm going to take Confluence, but this card is absurd. Ponder, Daze, Ancient Tomb. I mean, Ancient Tomb is really not okay. Ironically, though, it's not actually that good in this. Well, nah, that's a lie. It's still really good in this deck. You don't like it in Control as much as in other archetypes, though. I will say that. I might just take Ponder. Ponder, just a nice consistency card. I think it's certainly better than Daze. Could take Solitude as well, but I think we'll probably wheel that. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of close. It's really tilting I did not wheel the Wrath of God last pack as well. That was pretty brutal. Venser or Faf? I've already got a fair amount of card advantage. I think I would rather have Venser. Also very good with the Resto Angel in our deck. Now I've got a Caracas potentially too. I'm going to hope to wheel this though. I think I'm going to take the Miscalc over the Narset, but Narset is really absurd too. Alright, I'm just going to get the Euro out of here. We're just blue-white. We're going to end up with more than enough playables, I feel like. Miscalc versus Narset. Narset is so good. It's kind of irreplaceable. I really, really want a sweeper. Really want a sweeper. Deck might not quite work without sweepers. We'll see. Maybe I was supposed to take that Wrath of God. I don't remember what I took over it. But splashing for Ashiok is, like, kind of real. There are matchups where I'd want to do that. I don't think I'm going to do it in the main deck. Damnation's a little much, but Temp Lockdown? I mean, that's kind of a sweeper. Honestly, it functions a lot like a sweeper in this format, so I might just take the Temp Lockdown. I think I'm going to. In some matchups, it'll be better. Against like a deck with a lot of artifact mana. We only have one artifact mana piece, and it's the Mox, so we'll play a Temp Lockdown. I'm okay with that. None of this is particularly good. Take another land that could cycle, I guess, if we wanted to play that. Oh, this is a sweeper. Damn counts as a sweeper. Let's go. We just play that on the white side all the time in this deck, and that's okay. What does Spellseeker get? Ponder and Swords? You can get 2 drops, right? So Spellseeker's, like, kind of real. I'm fine with it. Fine with the Spellseeker here. Silent Clearing. Take this. This could be good. Post board on people. Yikes. We just did not wheel anything this pack. Ugh. It's going to randomly take green lands, so if I want to, I could play the Uro. And Uro's a really messed up card, so it's possible that I've got 3 lands. That the problem is I just won't be able to flash it back with any level of consistency. Stone could be good, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This deck's fine. It's not exciting. It's not terrible. It's... Wow. Last pick of the draft, Yawgmoth's Will. That is some disrespect if I've ever seen it. Alright, let's add some basics. Do that. Cut one. Matches up. I would like to play first. This hand's a little awkward, but I think it's fine blind. I think it's fine blind. I think I'm going to bauble myself, and we're looking for either, like, Thoughtseize or a threat. One or the other. If it's not Thoughtseize or threat, I'm fetching. Okay, I'm going to fetch. Blood Crypt. I think I'm going to play the bauble, but not use it yet. Okay. Sure. Oh, Scape Shift? That is not ideal. Alright, I'm looking for Thoughtseize or threats 1000%. So this is probably just red-green shift. Okay, it's fine. God. Such bad draws. Alright, well, let's do this. It's very not ideal. Of all the things I wanted to draw, that is not it. I really don't want that either. I would say that maybe you just can't keep a hand like this in the dark, but like Bolt Drown is just good against the 2 best decks. So I don't think I was supposed to mull, but I guess the 2 best decks only make up 35% of the metagame, so maybe it is still just not a good keep. But I think it's good against other decks too is the problem. It's not like it's bad against 65%, but it's certainly not good against a combo deck to not have a Thoughtseize or a threat. Kind of rough. Alright, what are we drawing? Can we draw something good, please? Okay. Well, more manipulation. Let's... Alright, that's nice he has to fetch. Tribelder or Explore, one or the other. Okay. Shadow. Alright, that's really good. That's a threat. I will take a threat at this point. I'm going to bauble myself. See what we got. Okay. I will fetch shock myself. Blood Crypt. I'll play Death Shadow. He did not use the Tribe Elder, and we draw another land. Actually insane. How many lands I've drawn. I wonder what his logic is. Does he not want this in the yard to play around Drown, perhaps? That could be. Explore. I almost want to counter this, but then I get clowned by a lightning bolt. I think I just have to let this go. I don't want to just lose to lightning bolt, but I mean, I don't just lose to it, but it's like, it's bad. It is not good. I don't know. Him getting another land and another card is also heinous. They're both really bad. If he resolves Explore here, he can Titan me next turn. God. Maybe I played the Shadow one turn too early? I don't think so. I don't know. Am I supposed to counter this? I mean, he can Titan me anyway, though, right? He can go land, bolt your guy, sack Tribe Elder. Three cards in yard, bolt your guy. If I do counter this, that's fine. I don't know. I think I was close. I really do. I really, really do. But I do not think I can lose this. Next turn, I can, like, fetch shock and bolt myself. They're playing Dwarven Mine? What? Is this a creativity deck, too, now? Must be, right? Must be. No way it isn't. So this must be creativity and Scape Shift, maybe? Or do they just play this in Scape Shift now? I guess it's, like, somewhat free to play it. Kind of generically, just pretty good in their deck, I suppose. Alright, I'll attack. Assume he'll go block sack. Double block. Fetch. I do think I still sack, or shock. He can go get Valakut Mountain. Why in the world did he double block? That means he has a bolt, right? I would assume. Valakut and another mountain is 6 damage, assuming he gets a forest on this, right? Mountain, 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 mountain. At least 5 other mountains you'd get. These are mountains. This is a mountain. Mountain Valakut is 6 damage. I think I want Bolt to be able to... I don't know. I'm going to shock. If he has Bolt, I just Bolt myself. I'm fine with this. Okay. And then I would have Drown for anything except a Titan. Obviously, I can't beat a Titan here, but kind of is what it is. It's obviously a spot where Counterspell would be a lot better than Drown, but What are you going to do? Yep. Kind of one of those things. Drown was a lot better than Counterspell last match against Hammer, and Drown really gets punished against these fringe combo decks. That's where this card looks at its worst, for sure. Against, like, Tron, Scape Shift, Amulet. Even here, like, I could have converted it on the Explorer, and maybe I was supposed to. And just if he had Bolt, he had Bolt. But I don't know, not having a threat was pretty poor. I think ultimately the reason we're going to lose this game is my keep in the dark was just not good at all in this matchup, but I think it was good against Hammer and Murktide, and good enough against the rest of the format where I think it was an okay keep, but he's going to go target shadow, target shadow. So he obviously does not have another mountain, or he would be playing it. Bolt myself. Yeah, you just play it and kill me. So there's like no way the dude has another mountain in his hand unless he's just a moron. Alright. Sure. I'm still just going to die to this, unfortunately, but maybe he'll play around something here. Okay. God, we're so close on this drown. We're just so frickin' close. Alright, damage. It's fine. Cast Monkey, go, I think, is the play. Drown can get Summoner's Pact at least. It can't get another type. I mean, we know his hand has 3 spells, or it's at least 3 non-mountains. We can conclude that. Leave the fetch up so I can push a Dryad if he has that. What is this? Yep. Dress down in. I think cancel is good enough here. Spell Pierce deals with, like, Explore. Doesn't really deal with Search for Tomorrow very well. It's, like, just for Explore. It's pretty bad. They could be on, like, Colney Heart Expedition or something, but pretty unlikely. I think Bolt is really poor. I think Fatal Push is really poor. I think Underworld Breach is somewhat poor, although I will say Breach Thoughtseize you a couple times could be a real thing. I don't really know that I like Terminate a whole lot. Turok for the discard is like kind of debatable. Invasive Surgery might be good enough because that deals with Search and Explore. That's like 8 cards. If I have Delirium, I can like see their hand as well, which could be real. We saw that game how awkward Drown can be, so I'm certainly going to cut a couple of those too, I think. Terminate. Yeah, this matchup is not great. I'm not going to lie. This is not what I want to be playing against. Certainly winnable. I at least know to mulligan to a hand that doesn't do what the last one did now, but losing game 1 sucks, especially because we were on the play. That's one that I would like to take. Now they get Veil of Summer and stuff, and it's just a lot harder to win. Being on the draw game 3 will suck, even if we do manage to get this one. Just so much removal. I feel like I have too much removal.
Void Mirror means they can't Summoner's Pact me. I don't know if that's good enough. I will say Bolt Underworld Breach is, like, kind of cool. Maybe that's better than a Terminate. I guess. I don't know. Drown still feels kind of important to me. Terminate is not. Like, if I'm terminating a Titan, I've probably lost, typically. Excuse me. I think we really just kind of need a Thoughtseize type hand. Turn 1 Monkey wouldn't be bad either. No Thoughtseize, no Quick Threat. There's just no way this hand is real. This hand is bad. Yeah, it's pretty easy mulligan. I mean, I could, like, Iteration into Thoughtseize, but by that time they have Veil of Summer up. I just feel like this is probably too slow. We do get to put a Death Shadow into play somewhat quickly, though, and we do have Dress Down. Dress Down's very good against them. I don't know. This hand is close. It's certainly a close hand. But I think we can do better than this. I think it's an undisciplined keep, that's for sure. This is so annoying. Where is Thoughtseize or a 1-mana threat? There are 12 of them. There are 4 Thoughtseizes, 4 Monkeys, 4 Darcies. I would accept any of those plays on turn 1. We just can't find them. It's pretty tilting. Baubles are redraws, but this hand really does not look very good. I think I'm probably going to go to 5. Okay, well, I think it has been probably 2 lands. Don't really want to flood. Having spells is nice. They're not going to be particularly good spells, but I don't think keeping 3 lands is going to get the job done necessarily. I guess it is good with Shadow. There's a world where this is dead. Alright, we'll try this. That shocked Darcy. It's a really good draw. It was probably the best draw on my deck. Could cast it now, but I think it's better to wait a turn. So, let's hit you. Go. The only reason to cast it there would be to try and, like, blind hit a Bauble and get Delirium right away, but probably a bad choice. Okay, what do you got? Steam Vents. Thoughtseize. There we go. All right, now we're cooking. All right, let's Iteration. Well, my draws have been really good. This has been a very good mulligan to 5. If there were ever a mull to 5 that could do it, I think I'm going to keep that right there, actually. Well, maybe not. I can get Delirium if I bin it, right? Like, guaranteed. I guess not guaranteed. I don't have an instant, but yeah, maybe I'm supposed to go deeper here. It's close, though. This is going to be a really good card. It's going to be a 1-mana 4/4 at minimum next turn, because I can fetch shock Thoughtseize here, potentially. I think I'm going to bin it. I don't know. It's really close, but I think we want to get deeper. Ooh, Underworld Breach is really interesting to put in the hand, huh? Oh, hitting the Islet here is really awkward. I could always replay the Shadow, though. That's pretty cool. wonder if I could wait a turn on the Thoughtseize. I could Thoughtseize next turn. But then he has Veil up. Kind of hate that. I guess I could drown the Veil. Hitting another land here, though, is kind of interesting. Bottom this. Exile this. So the question is, do I want to fetch Shock Thoughtseize? Or do I just want to get a land drop for the Underworld Breach and actually guarantee that that iteration was a 2-for-1? I kind of want the land drop for the Breach, to be completely honest. Very close. But I think I'm going to hit the land. We are on a multi-5 this game. I think I'm going to just hope my opponent doesn't have, like, the absolute nuts, and let's kind of see what happens. We will see what happens. I do not like my spot that much, but definitely winnable. We can go Thoughtseize, you drown the Veil. So he has to have, like, you know, double Veil of Summer, basically. And I think, you know, if he has that, he has that. Whatever. Real question is, do I want to tap the Islet to lose a life? And I think the answer is no. Okay. What is he going to do with that? Okay. Well, that's disgusting, because that shuts off the Breach. It's a very good draw, though. Thoughtseize. I'm gonna bin that. Double Titan, huh? Not for long. Not for long. Three. That's fine. Pop this for a card. Spinning that shadow coming back to haunt me a little bit here. So his hand is Dwarven Mine and Unknown. I mean, I have to do something. I can't just sit here, I don't think. Especially because there's a Valakut. He's eventually just going to play enough mountains and beat me with that. God, this Soul Guide Lantern. So gross. So gross. Pick this up. Go. Really need, like, a Death Shadow off the top. That would be ideal. Alright, he's popping that. That's either good for me or I lose. One or the other. Yep. Yep. If I just sit there, he never pops the Soul Guide, I don't think. I don't know, maybe he does, but I highly doubt it. Soul Guide's protecting him from getting drowned. He can Soul Guide himself, I believe. Oh no, it's only each opponent. Okay, that's good to know. So he couldn't protect himself from drown, but... yeah, maybe he was always going to pop that off for a card. Maybe I just didn't need to do that. I don't know. Pick up Gigantha, I guess, didn't really do that much for me. Problem is, though, not picking up Gigantha kind of tells him I have a way to interact in my hand. I don't know. I think it's a little bit interesting, at least. Alright, I'll be right back, chat. I'm grabbing some water. That is true. Yeah. That's a good point, Mitch. I agree. It was probably just a bad play. It was certainly a bad play. Oh, nice. Alright, Igloo Boy, give me 1 second here. Alright, I'll go do some sit-ups and I'll be back. move chair. Is the chair in the way? How's it going, man? Well, I guess let's go look at that cube deck again real quick. You probably want one more playable. Could just play 17 lands and a Mox. I don't think that's heinous at all. Am I playing on Sunday? Is that the one that's at Frankenmuth? I think no. I think I'm just going to play the Moxes this weekend. I'm going to do the Legacy and Vintage is the hope. Assuming I get enough QPs, but... I don't know. It is a RCQ, and I do have a pretty good track record playing modern RCQs for whatever reason, so it's probably a little bit of a spew not to go. It is a little bit of a drive for us, though. We'll see what happens. We'll see how many QPs I have. That'll be the first thing that decides it. I think I'm just going to add another land to this deck, to be honest. Deck really wants to hit its lands. I wonder how greedy it is to try Uro. Uro is such a good Magic card. I'm tempted to try it over Spellseeker. Because I have, like, kind of 3 free green lands. Kind of free. I mean, Savannah is just actually free. Canopy, not quite. Triome, basically free. And I can fetch for it. It's very tempting. I think I'm going to do it. I'm in 2. Uro's a messed up card. That's not a real card. Spellseeker, yeah, it's not great, for sure. Uro is certainly a real card. Yeah, Uro is really nuts. You're not wrong. We're going to wait on playing any of those, though, because I know if I fire that up, I'll be double queuing, and that is not a good idea. I would really like to stop running into these fringe decks in Modern. I have now played against Dredge twice, Tron twice, and Scapeshift once in my last, like, 15 matches on Moto. Which is kind of ridiculous. And these are all in prelims and frickin' the mocks, too. Like, these are not events where I would be expecting to run into just a bunch of random nonsense. Like, I don't even think, like, what are you trying to beat with Scapeshift? With just normal Scapeshift? With blue Scapeshift, I can understand a little bit more, because I think that deck is just better. But with red-green shift, what in the world are you beating? Don't you just lose to both the best decks? I can't imagine that deck beats Murktide, and I can't imagine it beats Hammer either. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's fine against either or both or one of those decks, and if that's the case, then it's an okay deck to pick up, but it seems terrible in theory to me. Yeah, it's so frustrating, man. I keep, like, playing Shadow because I think it's good in the metagame, and to be fair, I've lost to Hammer once out of the last 6 times in these events, which is it's the second most played deck on Moto. And then I think the blue-red matchup is either 50-50, maybe slightly favorable, maybe slightly not favorable. I think it's basically a 50-50 matchup, though. So I think Shadow, like, makes sense, but running into these decks is rough. And to be fair, like, my opener was not good into this kind of deck in game 1. I think it's 10. I don't know. Let's look it up. I believe Hammer is 10%, though. Let me look it up. We'll put it up on the screen here, too. But I think Hammer is about 10 now. It's actually 14, so... And Creativity's almost 10. Like, Modern is, like, not supposed to be as much of the Wild West anymore as it used to be, which is why I'm a little pissed that I keep running into this random nonsense. Like, this is almost 35, well, I guess 32% of the meta. Yeah, like, literally a third of the metagame is these two decks. So every 3 matches, I should be playing one of these two decks. And I guess we're on pace for that right now. We've played Hammer in round 1. Creativity is another 10%. So this is like 40, this is almost half of the metagame. Once you throw Scam in there, these 4 decks are like 50% of the metagame. Literally. And then you've got Rhinos, Amulet Titan, Yawgmoth, Grinding Station. But like, the opener I kept was good here. It was good here. It was not very good here. It was pretty reasonable here. It was fine here, right? Because Drowned is counters Footfalls. Not very good here. So, I mean, it's like bad against 15%. It was pretty reasonable against Yawgmoth. It had removal spells. Fine against Grinding Station. Like, yeah, I don't know. Looking at this, I think my keep was totally reasonable in game 1. And it just, you know, I mean, that deck has, like, Red-Green Shift has to be, like, sub 0.5% of the metagame, I would say. Like, it's got to be insanely low. You got Moderned. Yeah, I did. I'm curious how far I have to go down to find just normal Scape Shift. So, Teamer Control is kind of Scape Shift. That's 0.4%. I mean, Red-Green Modern, like, Red-Green Shift, it's literally 0.2% of the metagame. So, yeah, whatever, I guess. Not been running the best the last couple days. That's a good example. There's a 0.2% chance of getting that matchup, and that hand is so bad, obviously, in that matchup. There are other matchups where it's bad for sure, but I think it was certainly good against probably 75% or more of the meta. It's the thing that pisses me off the most about Modern is just like, it's so diverse. It's so dumb how many decks there are. It's ridiculous. That's why you're watching other people do it. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think Shadow is definitely a good deck to play at, like, competitive events still. And I'm not sad I played it this weekend. I think I just did not run particularly well, and that's fine. We could have played better in that game too, though. So I certainly gave up some percentage there, but this is what it is. But yeah, Mitch, I hear that, man. This is by far my least favorite format of, like, all the constructed formats, I think. I think I even like Vintage better than this. That's debatable, but... I am so glad that the next RC is not modern. So glad. That makes sense. Totally makes sense. I think in some ways it's a little better on circuits though, because at least I think the metagame is like, so far my experience has been that the metagame almost feels more predictable in paper than online. That might not be true. Maybe I'm just like getting cued into randoms, just doing weird stuff, but like, I don't know. When I play at an NRG, I don't typically play against frickin' Shift. I've played against Team or Shift once at them. I don't know. Modern is just... It's just kind of... can be the Wild West. Less of the Wild West than it was, but... it's kind of frustrating when you're playing a deck that is pretty well positioned against a pretty good amount of the metagame, and then you just run into that silliness. That's fair. That is true. But we did just play against that guy at 1-0. It's not like I was 0-1 and ran into Shift. We were 1-0, and now a Shift player is in the 2-0 bracket. Whatever. Still can be a really good event for us. A 3-1 I'd be very happy with. A 2-2 gets me something at least. We're in good position. Happy we're not 0-2. That is true. That is true. Mitch, are you going to go to the team event at Galactic on the 28th? That makes sense. That'd be sweet to see Andrew play again. I haven't seen Andrew in many years at this point. I think actually the last time I saw him was when we played that team event. It's impossible to get him out. I try. I mean, he's a dad now, right? A wife, has a family. I mean, I get it. I kind of assumed when we went on that trip that I wouldn't see him many more times, because that's just kind of how that goes, you know? he's living, you know, a normal life, honestly. Like, we're the ones who aren't, so I can't blame him at all. For sure, I'm chilling. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Young Dingo's 2-0, probably with Scam, I assume. I do need to start getting reps in with that Scam deck. I don't understand the level of success it has on Moto, especially, where, like, I feel like it's not good against the top 2 decks, but it clearly must be fine against them if it continues to win and put up results. So I don't really know what the deal is, but I need to start learning that deck, I think. And it has a free win factor, which is big. Like, just 4/4 double strike on turn 1 or 4/3 rip 2 of your cards out of your hand. Like, sometimes that just wins games. Free wins are nice in Modern. It's just a dog shit deck that can steal games versus the top. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's still a Thoughtseize Ragavan deck. Those cards do just win games on their own sometimes. All right, well, I'm 3 for 3 for die rolls today, so we're on fire rolling those dice. All right, I think this hand is a keep. I need to cut this land from the deck. This land is so bad. This needs to be another fetch. I have been so unimpressed by this land so many times. But anyway, I think I want to lead Darcy, Bauble, just try and find a land here, and then I could dash Monkey in theory, but I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I mean, I think it is powerful. It's certainly powerful. It continues to win, so it's you know, saying it's a bad deck just is misinformed. It is clearly not a bad deck. Because bad decks don't win on Moto every single week. And that deck does seem to top 8 almost every single Moto event. Like, Young Dingo just destroys with that deck. Bennett. As cool as that one is, let's bauble you before I... Okay, it's Living End. Interesting. This is actually a pretty good hand against Living End. I'm going to keep that. This is a very good hand against Living End, actually. So he'll draw the Architects of Will. That's fine. How do I feel about Elementals right now? I think it's a very good deck. I just can't play it on Moto. I thought about playing it in the Super, actually, instead of Murktide when I played the Super. But I think Elementals is a little too click-intensive for me right now. Okay. I don't really need to bauble yet. We can wait on this. I'm going to fetch either way, but... Okay, that's pretty good. Fetch, Blood Crypt. I think I dash the Monkey here. Hardcasting it is somewhat real too. But I think I just want to start getting pressure and building up my mana immediately. Okay. They'll do their thing. Okay. They'll cycle the Architects of Will, I assume. They might not cycle Architects, actually, because they're probably on Grief, so they would want to set up Grief. Okay. I'm going to see what they're going to draw. It's a Street Rave. Okay. I'm fine with them having to take damage, at least. Might have been slightly mistimed on this bauble. I maybe should have waited until upkeep. Because if he does have Grief, he gets more information this way. At least he has to keep cycling all the black cards. That's kind of good. This gives me Delirium, so this is going to be a nice attack here. Really want to find, like, Thoughtseize or a second Drown here, badly. I also kind of want to fetch to thin in this spot, I think. Get Steam Vents. Tap like this. That's a Drown. That's staying on top. Okay. That is fine with me. Put this into the hand. One on the bottom. The Death Shadow. Exile the Fatal Push. Combat 3U. Go. I think Double Drown has me in pretty good shape, hopefully. Feel pretty okay about this position. Double Drown lets me play through Force Negation, which is pretty big. Okay, it also lets me play through this. Say okay. One living end, so he has 2 left. How many fly? He has no flyers in here too, so terminating my own Darcy is a real play. And we have another Darcy in the yard. Very interesting. Are you kidding? Okay, I was about to say, does he also have a Force of Negation here? Did he just have Grief, black card, blue card, Force of Negation, and Living End effect? Kind of unbelievable, but... alright, combat. Let's get in there for 3. I don't think I want to dash this at all. Don't want to use my mana that way. 3U. Oh, he doesn't have red mana. He can't even Violent Outburst me here. Just realized that. What is he doing here? Let's say, you can't Violent Outburst me with that mana, boss. Now, this puts him in really bad shape, because now, if his Living End resolves, or goes on the stack, I can terminate my own Darcy, and then let it resolve, and then I just have lethal in play. I guess Master of Waves does give my stuff neg, so I would have to... He flashes that in. So, I think I just let this resolve, and then just fetch Shock Death Shadow now. I don't even think I blow the Terminate, honestly. Kind of interesting. But I don't think I want to blow the Terminate. Because Fetch Shock Shadow, I mean, that... I can go to 6. Puts him on basically a 2-turn clock. And I can also play Monkey and hold up Drown. I think that's just the play. Yeah, this is fine. I feel like Terminate there might be a spew. I don't know. just tap this now. I think that's fine. Go. Okay, sick. Sick. Opponent did not have everything. I like it when that happens. Spell pierces, invasives, disputes, void mirror, relic. Alright, that's what we want. Honestly, Turok is really interesting in this matchup too, because every cycle gives this a counter. It's kind of just a good threat. I think I'm going to bring it in. I don't really like Breach. Don't like Heat. Don't like Terminate. Don't like Croxa. Don't like Dress Down. Don't really like Bolt. Bolt probably better than... Oh, don't like Fatal Push. So probably something like this. The Breach plan is interesting. I might want to leave the Breach in. The Breach for the Bolt, to just have that as a backdoor way to kill them. Also, like, Breach Thoughtseize is real. Seems a little slow to me, though. But it might be better than one of these two Unholy Heats. I do not want many of these at all. Just don't think that's a real game plan. Yeah, let's do this. I think that's fine. All right. Yeah, I'm into this. Really happy Turok's in my hand, but we've got Thoughtseize, Counterspells, a good threat. I'm keeping. I think I want to Thoughtseize first. Thoughtseize first probably makes the most sense here. Obviously, it would need to be off Blood Crypt if that's my play. Well, if I wanted to fetch. I guess I could go Shock, Thoughtseize, then Fetch Shock. Yeah, actually, Fetch Shock for Steam Vents is better. I want more blue mana later. So I think this is Shock Thoughtseize here. Okay, I mean, kind of scary, but he has one living in his hand, so that honestly is bad for me if he draws a Grief. His hand is really annoying. If he finds Grief, I'm going to be in big trouble, or Force, Blue Force. I think I have to take an Outburst. I don't think there's much of a choice, but his hand is quite redundant here. Yeah. So, I'm going to make a greedy play here. I'm going to bluff that I have Spell Pierce. I don't think I can just sit here, because I think that will just lose the game. He's just going to find a Grief or a Force and beat me. So, I'm going to bluff the Pierce and just cast this and try to start hitting him for mana. And if he has the Soul Read here that I bluffed him, then so be it. But Yeah. Yep. Well, our bluff worked, and we drew a Spell Pierce. That could not have worked any better. Actually perfect. Can't cycle this, right? No. Okay, go. Now we pass, we just leave up double counter. Ragavan's just gonna give us mana for quite a while. Okay. He's not even going for it. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Combat to you. Now we have Dispute, Spell Pierce, and Drown Up if he lets this hit. So we're just building mana. I'm fine with this getting more counterplay up every single turn. Leyline, sure, go. I'm just never tapping mana until I draw another land. I would maybe tap mana next turn, but there's just no reason. Let's just be patient. I want Dispute so I can counter a hard cast Curator if that happened. The best part is he's playing around the Spell Pierce, which we did draw, but we just have so many other things too. Is his issue? Okay. Could use mana here, but again, I think better to just err on the side of caution. I'm just gonna. That's a very good draw. We'll play this. Do I want the Darcy in play to start doing Delirium things now? I've got enough mana to cast all my spells, so I think I do this. Because he's going to go for it eventually. I might need to be able to hard cast this, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 mana in that instance. So I guess I just keep waiting. To you. When's the legacy happening? When this one is over. So around the event starts at 2. So a couple hours still. Do I play the Darcy? We are going to... I don't think I do play the Darcy. We are going to play Initiative. I am an initiative gamer. I'm taking some initiative. Okay, opponent also still doing nothing. I mean, them just doing nothing all game is fine with me. I'm just getting more and more mana the longer they wait. Like, this is not good for my opponent. It just cannot be. Combat to you. Like, just giving me a Lotus Petal every single turn does not seem ideal. Damage. Alright, now I can finally get a Darcy in. Because I have enough treasures. Okay, cast this. Go. Yes, DBZ player I am. I'm playing with Zach Bly and Luke Strasler. It's going to be my team for that one. So, funny enough, if we counter 2 living ends, I think our opponent loses the game. Or at least they're out of living ends. They could endurance, I suppose, but... I'm going to drown this. Black. Blue. What seat? I'm not sure which seat I'll be playing in. Invasive Surgery. And I think I keep that on top. Let's think about this. not. Maybe I don't keep that on top. Actually, I don't think I do keep this on top. I think that's a mistake to top that. I'm going to bin this. Force. Okay, I'll dispute your force. Bin this. Okay. Alright, not another force. That's pretty nice. How many flyers does he have in here? Multiple? Okay. Guess I don't really need to do anything on the upkeep necessarily. Because I have the eyelet, so I can pop into anything I see that I like. Okay, that's kind of real. I think I cast that, certainly. Mountain. Island. I'm going to bin this, certainly. Alright, none of that is good. One of them into your hand. Darcy, one of them on the bottom, Ragavan, one of them to exile, Darcy, combat, attack you for 5, and then if he living ends, I'm going to have 3 Darcys, maybe 4 Darcys if I decide to kill my own Darcy, so let's see what he does, because if he doesn't Violent Outburst here, he's just dead to Bolt now. Alright. Alright, well, now we just be patient with our Bolt, and I don't think we can lose. Let's cast this. He seems F6'd, so good luck, but I'm still going to pass. Don't want to bolt into a Force negation there. Alright, 2-1. 2-1, we lost to Red-Green Shift, and we beaten 2 real decks, so that's the good news. 0.2% of the metagame got me, that's fine. Am I playing at the stadium this weekend? I don't think so. Maybe there's a chance. It depends how many QPs I get and if I want to play Vintage on Sunday or not. If I decide that I'd rather play Modern, then maybe I'll go do that instead. But as of now, I don't plan on it. I think I'm just going to play both the Mox events again. Trying to start to grind more on Moto. More meaningful events, but it's possible. There's a world where I'll be there, but I wouldn't plan on it. Are you playing at the stadium? You feel a lot less worried? That's fair, man. Yeah, Modern events, for whatever reason, that's the only way I've qualified for these events. No Shadow, no problem. Oh, because you're playing Amulet again, I assume, right? Yeah. And Shadow's pretty rough for Amulet, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's go ahead and play a match with our blue-white deck here. What? Not legal? What do you mean my deck's not legal? Oh, I haven't saved the deck. Okay. Let's say it looks pretty legal to me. Well, I'll tell you what. That game 2 against Living End, that bluff, that was a nice bluff. Hey, look, we've got green mana. Keep. We don't have white mana, but we'll find it. Never getting a sweeper in this deck was really awkward, and here we are probably against, like, mono green or something. I guess Elspeth can kind of be a sweeper, but... Anyway, the bluff against Living End was really sick. I'm happy that guy didn't just main phase Violent Outburst. That would have been a psycho play from him. Because I definitely postured... Oh, come on. Well, I guess that's not a good time walk, at least. That's fine. I'm fine with him casting Explore, I guess. Alright. I was about to say, please do not go Time Walk into Oko. That would not be a Time Walk I'm okay with. That's an Explore I don't want any part of. Alright, well, we're going to chart a course. We need to find some mana. Play 18 sources. Pretty likely we can find some. Okay. We're not getting to Elspeth for a while. It's a very powerful card, though. I feel like Image is going to be good here. I kind of just want to bin the Elspeth, but maybe not. It could be Image. It's either Image or Elspeth. I like Venser Resto. I think it's really powerful. I think O-Ring's a good clean answer. He's a blue deck. I'm just going to get rid of my 6-drop. Yeah. Did he just F6 through his turn? He sure did. Oh, we did get a sweeper. Never mind. I forgot we have Dam. And Temp Lockdown. That's not bad. Alright, play this. Play an Uro. So much value. I know. So much value. We'll put... I guess I don't want to lose my white mana, so we'll put this in. I don't even want to show him that I have white yet. There's no need. Go. Well, Road pretty much just put us ahead. His F6 also put us ahead, to be fair, but... It was only fair for me to get a Time Walk, too. That's true. Opposition. Okay. That can get another green source. We can actually flashback Uro. We're not going to do it yet. And we couldn't do it yet anyway. So the question is... I think I just want to leave up Venser here, and the reason I want to leave up Venser is then I can Resto Venser, start getting pressure on him. O-Ring is way too bad into, like, a Wreck stage. Yeah, we're just going to be Venser bouncing. I think I am going to wait for his turn, though. A little dangerous because he's blue. I guess he could just... If he replays it, I don't really care. Then I just go Angel Flicker. I would kind of rather respond to him, though, tapping mana. I don't assume his blue is for, like, counter magic. I assume it's for opposition and the draw power. But I guess we could, like, Image. You know what? I'm just not going to be greedy. We're just going to make the play that makes sense. Put that back in your hand. Go. I'm not going to get complicated with this. Just very simply going to Venser him like 5 times and hope that's good enough to win. Sure. Play a 1-mana green guy. Sure. I don't think I really want to Resto Angel here. No, I don't. I think this is a good Phantasmal Image O-Ring turn. Oh, Venser's a legend. I am really dumb. God dang it, man. Well, I still think 2-mana bounce your thing is, like, okay. Goodbye, second resto. You're right, that's what it was supposed to be. Ugh, awful. Just a really bad play on my part. Yeah, so I was, like, supposed to do this. Upkeep. I don't know, we really screwed this up. The question is, I guess filling my graveyard for Euro isn't the worst thing. We're going to copy this. Choose one to keep. We'll keep this one. I guess I just bounce this and O-ring the Oppo. That's how we'll play it. At least if he blows up the opposition, I can get an Uro into play, I suppose. That would have been a pretty good one to clone too, huh? Hoo-wee, I messed this game up. Alright, we can cycle that and get a Euro into play. I think I'm just gonna... There's a World Rise Dam. Thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. I'm tempted to just save the dam. Can I get more out of the dam? Because I can just Uro here. Uro here seems kind of broken, honestly. I'm going to go for the Uro. Cycle. Play an Uro. I don't know. This works out okay. Having an Uro in play is pretty nice. We'll just hold that one. Go ahead. Like, I'm not even sure our opponent's winning right now. Sure. Aww. How rude. Play more creatures into this dam, please. Would appreciate that. Theirs was indeed better. Was indeed better. Yep. Please play another creature. Just slam another creature. Big creature. Big creature. Alright, well, this is still a really good dam. We get an Image of Primetime and a Tree Speaker out of this. Is there a ban announcement today or soon? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Mystic Confluence. Very close to good. I need one more mana. What does he have, I wonder? He has something over there. He has priority for some reason. No matter what, though, I'm still just going for the dam. Okay, that was nice. I could Deluge now for a land drop, but I think I want to wait. I don't know. Land drop. Would I even take a land here? I don't even really want lands, to be honest. I think I'm just going to say go. See what our opponent has next. I could Uro. I think Deluge is better than Uro here, though. More mana efficient. Sure. And it just shows me what I want. That's the most important part of it for me. Spellseeker. Good lord. I mean, please don't have Recall in your deck, too. You could have, like, Mana Drain or something. I'm going to let him do this. What's he going to do? Mana Drain, Memory Deluge, Pest Infestation? Oh my god. Alright, Deluge. Well, now I have Mystic Confluence up. Yeah, they have Time Walk, too. I was just hoping they didn't have more, you know? 2 cards into your hand. I think I like Remand. And then what? Narset to try and find Swords to Plowshare, probably. I think I take these. It's not the worst. Alright. Could have gone Resto Muldrifter. Yeah, I'm not worried about value right now. I'm worried about that Pest Infestation for that opposition. And I'm worried about this Gargaroth. He left up mana, which I'm a little concerned about, but I guess, I mean, I have Remand. Just swords this. Okay, go ahead. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to end up just conceding this match anyway, but it goes for an Infestation for 2. Unfortunately, God, dude, that is so broken with opposition. It's unreal how good that is. Yeah, that's like... I should have taken the land, I think, in the Narset, because now, like... I'm just never going to be able to beat the Oppo. Ugh, that's rough. I guess I can I bounce it? It's only creatures? I guess I can bounce his pests? Oh, it's disgusting. Whatever. We're still going to try to beat it, but it's not going to be easy. Mana Leak. Okay, that's good to know he has that. Alright, well, my plan was never going to work anyway. Ballista for 2. Ugh. Alright, man. Sounds good. It's unfortunate. I think we would have had a fine matchup with this guy in post-board games, but I guess I do have Destroy Evil. I could always just find Destroy Evil. Do I flashback Memory Deluge? There's a chance. I kind of like that, actually. It's just Deluge. Let's see what we can find. I'm not even sure we've lost this game, to be honest. There's Destroy Evil, and I probably just want a land. We'll take the White Source. Teferi's not terrible either. think I just want to land. I want to be sure to hit a land here. Okay, play this. Go. That ballista is a pretty big problem too, unfortunately. You can dump a lot of mana into it every turn. Yeah. Yep. It's interesting that he's not putting more into it. Sure. I'll float. I'll float. So I guess I need to find the temp lockdown now. That's how I win, huh? I'll float. I'll float. I'll float. And I'll float. Okay. I'm going to destroy evil this garbage. And I think I just flashed this in to get it into play. What? Okay, that's fine. Flash this in. Oh, we've got a match. Alright, well, we're just gonna kind of just put that one away. This hand looks fine. I don't love it, but it is a double Thoughtseize hand on the draw. Skypios. I lost to this guy this weekend. I think he's on Murktide. He might be on Creativity, though. No, it's Murktide. Don't monkey me. Alright, no monkey. We can beat this. Hopefully I get to play a full match with this guy this time. We only played like one real game. We kind of played a second game. He jammed a 6/6 Murktide on turn 3, and I just didn't find any of my 7 answers to it, which is pretty tilting, but... It's definitely a shock Thoughtseize turn, I think. What you got? Double Iteration, Spell Pierce, Unholy Heat. I've got to take one of the iterations. Let's just do that. God, this guy is so good at drawing cards off the top of his deck. It's amazing. Alright, can I be good at drawing cards off the top of my deck? Answer probably no. The answer is no. Alright, how do I want to play this? He has Unholy Heat, Spell Pierce, Iteration. I think I need to try to terminate this turn and get one of those off the board. Those are going to be a big problem. I think I like leaving up a Terminate. Just saying go. Okay, that was nice that we were able to get that killed. Yep. And the other game will just concede, unfortunately, in that cube, which is fine. Okay, we'll be casting that one. That's nice. So I think he missed the land there, so we've definitely got a shot here. Really need to find a removal spell for this. We have plenty of them. His hand is Spell Pierce, Unholy Heat, 2 unknowns. So what is the best play for me? I might just have to go, like, Darcy, Shadow, Thoughtseize. And just get my cards out of my hand. But then I'm not going to resolve this through the Spell Pierce, like, ever. I have Sorcery. I don't have land in here yet. So how do I get Delirium? I would have to... Yeah, I have to have a creature die to get Delirium. It's kind of awkward. I think I need to give up a Shadow here. So I think the play is this. I think I go... Swamp. Darcy. We could always take his Unholy Heat, too. There's a world where I'll do that. But, yeah, I mean, that answers this, so we're going to keep this. Okay, yeah, his hand is not very good, actually. So, I think now I just take the Heat, because Delirium forces him to attack into me, which means this will be a 7-7. We get to pound him for 8, then 11. That's a 2-turn clock. So if he doesn't top deck something, he's going to lose. He could top deck Bolt, to be fair. But I think I just make him do that. We are going to lose 2 here, too. But, yeah, top deck me. You're dead if you don't. You have got to be kidding me, dude. 2 unbelievable top decks in a row. At least I can trade. But come on, man. So dumb how lucky that is. Whatever. So he has Counterspell, Spell Pierce, huh? Try to resolve an iteration. I don't think that's particularly good. I guess it's better than, like, he goes counterspell, then I go counter back with the drown, and then I get a card, he has a spell pierce. It might actually be worth it. I have to go to 4, but I could, like, find a good card. He might just use his spell pierce. Could also just buy Gigantha. I don't really like sitting here and doing nothing. I don't know that that's a good game plan. Let's see what he does. One of them into your hand. Well, I'll put the iteration in my hand. Go. What a joke. What a frickin' joke. I mean, I'm going to have to fetch eventually anyway. I'm always dead to Lightning Bolt now, so I may just fetch Shock by Gigantha here. Yeah, I don't have time to waste. I think we need to do this. I mean, I guess he did miss a land on an iteration, but he's drawn a spell every single turn after getting Thought Seized. Every single one. Alright, well, I can play a 1-mana 12/12. I guess I'm going to do that. Beat a 12/12. Go. Okay. Okay. So he has Spell Pierce and an Unknown now. It's pretty good. Cast this. And attack for 12. Okay, 12 you. Please don't top deck a way to kill me. That'd be great. If I do beat him, we beat him at 1 life in the first meeting, too, this weekend. Ledger. Yeah. Yeah, please don't draw Bolt. Please no Bolt. Okay. It's actually pretty good for him still. So if I send here, he blocks here, he tries to attack here. I dress down and win and get a block. He could have Unholy Heat in that instance, though. A little concerning. Could dress down. Yeah, I think... So how many hard counters has he seen? He's seen 3 counter spells. No Archmage's Charm. I could do this end step. Maybe I just do this end step. It's probably the safest play. But then I don't blow him out. I kind of want the blowout. I want him to think he wins. Don't really love him having Connive, though, I will say that. I'm just going to say go. Fourth copy, huh? It's just so not real at all. So stupid, man. Oh my gosh, man. What is it like? Alright, whatever. It's absolutely unbelievable. Every single time we had him in top deck mode, he found his way out. It's so ridiculous. I think we want these. Like, I could have played around Archmage's Charm, which is usually a one-of, and the fourth copy of Counterspell, but, like, it's just stupid to play around those there. Like, because then he just doesn't attack, and then if he has any creature in his deck, he still has 3 monkeys, he still has 2 Darcys, that's a 5-of. That's literally, like, it's more than double the odds of him having a Counterspell there. Like, the math says play it the way I played it, and try to get the blowout as well, and just auto-win the game. But this guy just draws whatever he needs, I guess, for each specific situation. It's so annoying. Because the way he beat me this weekend was infuriating. Playing a 6-6 in this matchup on turn 3 is just ridiculous. It's so dangerous. I had Delirium, and he just got away with it. And that game, Alright, what do we want to cut? I guess I think I've been trimming on Drowns, going down 2 Drowns. I don't really want to go down another Drown, though. It's not very much removal if I go down a Drown, so I probably should not cut that. I could just cut the Kroxa. I'm not sold on this card. I think it's fine. I don't think it's, like, good or bad. I think it's whatever. I'm going to try cutting it. I think it's a little medium. It's just not real at all. 19 land deck, opens 7 lands. Are you kidding me? Alright, we'll keep this. Yeah, I mean, I can't go to 5, so... It's fine. It's not a good hand. It's not a bad hand either. I think it's very middle of the road. You have to bottom a land here. I should have bobbled, but that's fine. Let's see what's in his hand. I don't really have very much removal, so I think I just take the Darcy here. And I guess I'll bobble him as well. So I don't really want to wait on this. I don't even know what I want or don't want. Okay. So we know his whole hand. I could go Monkey Spell Pierce here. It seems kind of real. The Bauble's in play. The Canal's in play. So that's the rest of his hand. I think let's go like Monkey Spell Pierce your Bolt effect here when he does that. Hope he doesn't draw into another one. That's probably okay. Not how I like to use Spell Pierce in the matchup, but I think in this spot it's what I need to do. Okay. He's going to leave up Dispute for Pierce, and that's fine. Then I get to resolve an iteration. They're all good trades for me. Targeting himself, sure. He's going to play the Tarn. I assume, unless he likes his card, but we'll see on that. Okay, he does like his card. I will Spell Pierce. Watery Grave or Steam Vents? I think I want Steam Vents. More than likely. Not bad. Not bad. He does have an EE, which is a little annoying, but well, if I take 2 Death Shadows, that gets around that. This is no longer in his hand. He has the other 3 as EE Bolt Tarn. Put Shadow in my hand. Bottom this. Exile this. Fetch Shock Death Shadow. Watery Grave, I think. Okay. Probably just takes 4, I'd imagine, but we'll see. Excuse me. Okay. I don't know anything in his hand anymore, I don't think. Alright. Play this. You. Consider. Okay. Combat 4. Okay. Go. Okay. Okay. They'd probably try to terminate this. Probably. I could wait and see if he jams a Murktide, I guess. Yeah, I'll wait. That's fine. Because even if he counters this, it's kind of whatever. I just go basically 7-7-7-7 because he has to hit me here, so it's fine. Oh god, I meant to cast that Terminate. Ah, that's a disaster. That is so bad. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, this draw is kind of good, I guess. So I just go play this. Cast Bauble. It's honestly not the end of the world that we missed doing the Terminate. I obviously wish I would have, but here we are. I'm going to keep this on top. A Bauble you. Shadow. Shadow. Go. Flusterstorm's going to be pretty gross, but what can you do, I guess? Counterspell. Unholy Heat. Sure. Okay. Yep. I'll trade off here. I think that is correct. Maybe it's not, actually. This is, like, really, really close if I'm supposed to block or not. If he has a counterspell for the Terminate, I think I'm supposed to block, though. What, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So can make it an 8/8. I just have lethal if I don't block, though. Or at least a shot at lethal. It also makes the... You know what? That's fine. I'll take 3. Alright, well, can you beat these? Okay, well, the answer is you can stall. I'm gonna Terminate here now, because Murktide no longer beats me. Used to have like 2 Murktides. Bin this. I don't think that's good anymore. You take 3. Play this. Go. Could have played the land there, I guess. I should have played the land there, but whatever. Yep, that's fine. Sure. I want to go get like basic swamp with this. To play around Blood Moon later. I think I am going to do that. He just try to kill this. If he has counterspell, he has counterspell. It has to be exactly counterspell, too. Nothing else stops it. This guy is unreal, man. Such a king of having whatever he needs to have every single time. I still think he's going to lose this game, but it's annoying because we're losing a lot of time to this. Go. Oh, you know what? Playing that land was really stupid. Now I can't outgrow it. Oh my god. That was a punt. Sure. Perfect card. I mean, it's just... Oh, looks a little better than a fetch land here, I guess, but... Attack, you jump block. Yep. Yep. If you could please not hit a spell off the top of my deck again, that'd be amazing. Okay. Sure. Okay. Okay, at least he has to chump block with that, assuming I don't draw anything good. Okay. Yep. Okay, he is dead. Finally. Yeah. Finally decided to stop running like an animal. So game 3 we will go to. It's kind of him to not waste my clock. I appreciate that. Alright, well, game 3. Don't think I really want to change anything. I could maybe see the breach becoming another drown. Yeah, I think I want a third drown on the draw. A little worried about breach just not being good enough, but I don't know. Breach is still just like a very good card, but I kind of like just having a little more removal. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh, okay. I need to get rid of a land. I think it's just this. Okay. Question is, do I want to wait on the Thoughtseize? I think the answer is probably yes. I don't really love another land. I'm going to fetch shock that away. But like I said, I'm waiting on Thoughtseize this game. We have enough mana where I think I can afford to do that. I'm going to wait on that, I believe, too. Very awkward I don't have any instant speed plays. Maybe I do just run this. It's very awkward to just run it into a kill spell, but... Okay, I'm not even going to fetch yet. Fetch shock, Thoughtseize. I think I want to wait one more turn on deploying spells. Go ahead. Because it feels like his hand is just like all removal and counter magic anyway. With the way this has gone, he hasn't played a draw spell. He just hasn't done anything. So I'm gonna sit here. Dash is a monkey. All right, I'm gonna get hit by a monkey. That's annoying, but whatever. Yup. Okay. Didn't want that anyway, I guess. One of his cards is monkey. Okay. Now we start firing stuff off. So... it's going to be Fetch Shock, Steam Vents. I'm going to play Darcy, and I'm going to cast Thoughtseize. A little awkward that I haven't fetched yet, so maybe I was, but I'm not really sure what I want to do with these. I think it's going to be like, we'll see. He's going to counter the Thoughtseize anyway, so it's fine. Because I can still respond with this trigger on the stack, depending on what he does. Okay, I'm going to fetch shock for a Blood Crypt now. No, actually. Watery Grave? Yeah. Think I like that there. Deals with that monkey at least. Play Death Shadow, say go. Don't really want to cast Thoughtseize into Flusterstorm or Pierce here. It seems poor. Just do this. Go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I killed a Shredder, I believe. Now I think Is Thoughtseize even good here? Depends. I think Iteration, probably the play, though. Sure. Seven U. Well, this is scary, but I think this is just where we have to be. We'll see how good he is off the top of his deck, and... Okay. Hopefully he just draws all his counter magic and just dies to a 7/7. If I draw a fetch here, I can just kill him if he attacks me for 1. Yep. Okay. He's just going for lethal. He did not get it. That's huge. All right, come on, baby. Let's go. Iteration. All right, Iteration. If we find a kill spell, we win. Do I fetch first? Probably not. Red, blue. We win. Holy smokes. Hand, bottom. Exile. Kill this, kill you. Alright, 3-1. Let's go. Alright, well, at least I got that guy back. Makes me feel good. Now I think we're 4-1 with Murktide. 4-1 against Murktide with Shadow, so that was pretty sweet.